What's up YouTube, it's your boy Bilgin Waffles here, and today I've got another episode of Wafflecraft Tutorials. In today's tutorial we're going to be showing you how to do a villager breeding station. This is a villager breeder in its simplest form. It's meant for early worlds. It does not produce infinite carrots to feed the villagers, but it is still pretty effective in early game. But before we get into it, currently 97% of you do not subscribe. Let's see if we can get to 95% by the next video. Enough wasting your time, let's get into it. So the first thing is obvious, you're going to need your villagers. The farther away they are, the harder this is going to be. So you're going to want to start by putting down 12 glass blocks to make sort of a chamber for the villagers to spawn in. I think black stained glass looks the best. But then you're going to want to go on top of the glass and put down your slabs. And then you're going to want to place your beds on top of the slabs so that the pillow of each bed is at the foot of the bed next to it. And then in between the 4 slabs, you can put your fence down. Now at every corner of the bed, we're going to want to put our carpets down. And in those gaps, you're going to want to fill it with trap doors, so that way they open inwards towards the hole. All of this is obviously easier with shift clicking. And then you want to get the 2 villagers you found and put them on top of this fence post. To show you guys an easy method I use to getting the villagers in the hole, is I just use my temporary blocks and I build like a little wall right here so they can't jump over it. And then I build a staircase going up to the spot that I need them to go into. And like I said guys, it's a lot easier if you're closer to the village. If you're far away, you have to bring them over with a boat or a minecart. But now I'm going to get my rails out, as it's going to be the easiest way I think to get them up to where they need to be. So this end of the track is going to be where you attach the villager and get him in the minecart. Basically you need to route it from wherever the villager is coming from. And then you're going to bring him up the stairs. And it might be easier actually if you let him fall onto the trapdoor rather than into it. Now that the track's done, we're going to place our minecart and we're going to try to push our villager so that he gets into the minecart. And once he's finally in, we can start pushing him up the track. If you use powered rails, it might be a little bit easier, but for time's sake, we're just going to use normal rails and push him up. And then you're going to want to break the pathway so that way he has nowhere to run away and he's stuck up on top. And then just break him out of the minecart and he should run into the hole. Now you just got to do the same thing with the second villager, so you can watch me struggle with that. I do want to note that it is most efficient to have 4 villagers up at the top, but to get the machine started, you technically only need 2. And if you're struggling real hard to get the villager into the hole because the one's too big, all you have to do is just wait for it to go nighttime, and they will automatically teleport into the beds. And then once it goes back to daytime, they should both teleport into the spot that they should be in. Just make sure that you delete the temporary pathway up so that way they don't accidentally teleport to those blocks. And now just to be extra safe, I'm going to put a ceiling of slabs above them. This prevents any phantoms that may be able to attack them. If you get raided by pillagers, it's kind of like a precautionary measure. It's not going to 100% save them, but it will help. But technically the farm is done and works now. All you have to do is feed them. Just to be safe, I usually give them about 9 stacks of carrots. Shortly after, they'll start, doing their thing. Sorry about that. So to finish this build up, we're going to put in place a minecart system so that way it's super easy to get them out of the villager station. So what you're going to want to do is break 4 blocks, 2 blocks down, and you're going to go 2 over also. And then you're going to want to take this block down and leave the block that the villagers land on. And then on the other side, you're going to want to just take out these 2 blocks and then the 1 block below. Replace that with a redstone block. Put down 3 of your powered rails. And then you're going to want to put 4 power rails on the other side, and you should see that those 2 power rails connect even though that grass block is in the way. That's fine, leave it like it is because we want it to do that so it picks up the villager on its way through the block. But now we're going to also want to place a rail down in the block, and it should still keep the bottom rail connected even though it doesn't look as if it is. And then you're going to want to break the rail we just placed down, and it should still be connected so that way both rails on each end are facing up towards the block. And as you can see, when we spawn the minecart in, it travels perfectly through the block and it should pick up a villager if one was in there. But now that we do have some villagers in there, because I let it sit for a while, it really doesn't take that long once you give them the carrots. You are only allowed 2 breeds per day if you have 4 villagers up there. But yep, as you can see, the villager gets picked up, it gets sent through the minecart system, and we are good to go. I just switched over to my SMP world to show you guys what it's like to have the breeder in a real world. So as we come up to it, you can see I got the villagers down here at the bottom floor. And then as you go up top, you can see this is where you have mommy and daddy villager. And they're just making babies all day long. Down here we have our minecart system. It works the same as the tutorial, and then it just sends them up through here. And then it puts them all the way down, and we have a villager trading hall down here that we're setting up, and it basically allows us to get them in their spots very easily. But that's about it. That's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks.
Peace.